Okay, so here we are with the Fitbit Inspire 3 here. So I've had some time with it and I thought I would just give my pros and cons really quick here. I do use this for walking, so that's where I'm coming from with it. Let's start with the display right off the top. So now it is a color display, but the elephant in the room is the display good in sunlight? So let's go check that out right now. Okay, so on the left here is the Fitbit Inspire 3, and then on the right is the Fitbit Inspire 2. And this is what they're like, pretty much in sunlight here. It's about, I don't know, 4:30ish. So yeah, there it is. And the Fitbit Inspire 2 is actually, the dim screen is off, and on the Fitbit Inspire 3, which is on the left, it's on the default setting. I didn't. The first pro here is that the display is visible in the sunlight, which is wonderful, but there is a con, which it's not that great. It's not as vivid as I thought it would be, but yeah, so I'm 50-50 on that one. Second pro is the wake time for the Inspire 3 here. Those coming from the Fitbit Inspire 2, you can see here that there's a short wake time, or the timeout time. And the good news is you can go into settings here and go into display settings and then go into screen time out. Click default. It'll say increasing screen time, reduces battery life. Click got it. And now I'm just going to set it to medium. And now when the display now stays on for, I don't know, a lot longer than it was staying before. I'll do it just one more time here. Definitely a pro. Wonderful feature that they added to the Fitbit Inspire 3. Con for the display is actually, for those coming from the Fitbit Inspire 2, the Fitbit Inspire 3 clock faces, as far as I know, do not have the stats heavy clock face, which shows all your stats so at a flick of the wrist. So to get to more stats here, you have to scroll a little bit more through. The stats heavy display was great because it had your more stats at a flick of the wrist, and it was easy to use. Yeah. Moving on to the bands and comfort, this is probably the biggest pro for the Fitbit Inspire 3 in my opinion. The band has that kind of classic buckle, and it feels very light on the arm. And it's even, I'm just going to pull up the Fitbit Inspire 2 on the right here. You will see right away that the Fitbit Inspire 3 on the left is even more sleek, or has a skinnier band than the Fitbit Inspire 2 on the right, which I thought, wow, the Fitbit Inspire 2 is already pretty skinny, but if you look at it now, you'll see the difference. It is much more skinny on the Fitbit Inspire 3, and the pro again is that it feels, you barely feel it there. So by far probably the biggest pro about the Fitbit Inspire 3. To the charger here, this is the charger for the Fitbit Inspire 3, and I'm going to put this as a con because it would have been nice to have the magnetic charger on the Fitbit Inspire 3. They have the classic kind of clip style charger here. I personally like the magnetic charger much better, but that is found on the Charge 5 there. It would have been nice if they moved it over to the Fitbit Inspire 3. So that, I'm not a fan. Con. On to the battery now. Now, I do use this screen timeout time here. As you can see that it times out a little bit longer there. I do not use the always on display, and that saves a lot of time on the battery. So I charge it also every couple of days, but I haven't really drained it. So I would say the battery is decent as a pro on the Fitbit Inspire 3. Now I'm going to leave you with a step count comparison between the Fitbit Inspire 3 and the Fitbit Inspire 2 on my treadmill. Okay, so I'm just going to do a steps comparison here with the Fitbit Inspire 3 on my left and the Fitbit Inspire 2 on my right. The starting steps for the Fitbit Inspire 3 is 1,783 steps, and the starting steps for the Fitbit Inspire 2 is 199 steps, 1,783, 199. I'll walk on my treadmill here for 15 minutes and then tally up the steps and then subtract them and just do a comparison. All right, all fired up, about 23 seconds in. Again, I'm going to walk for 15 minutes. And we got these going away here. Okay. And the final tally is the Fitbit Inspire 3 on the left is at 2,744. And then on the right there, the Fitbit Inspire 2 is at an even 1,200 steps. Okay, and they are right there. And subtracting the numbers here, the Fitbit Inspire 3 was 961 steps, and the Fitbit Inspire 2 was 1,001 steps. So there it is.